My son's new soccer coach benched him for attitude problems every single game, but only on the days his stepfather came to watch. It started in September. Caleb is 8, obsessed with soccer, and finally landed a spot on a competitive travel team after 2 years of tryouts. He was thrilled. 3 weeks in, the thrill was gone. Coach Dutton says I have a bad attitude, Caleb told me after his 4th straight game on the bench, but I didn't do anything. I chalked it up to a rough patch. New team, new expectations, then it kept happening. Caleb, who had never gotten in trouble a day in his life, was suddenly disruptive, disrespectful, not a team player, according to a man who barely spoke to him off the field. The bench time meant Caleb missed playing minutes required for the spring tournament roster. It meant our Sundays spent watching other kids play, while my son sat wrapped in a jacket, jaw tight, refusing to cry in front of his teammates. I asked Coach Dutton directly what Caleb had done wrong. He folded his arms. He talks back, questions my calls. I run a tight program. I asked for specifics. He didn't have any. Just a feeling, apparently, that my son needed humbling. Then I noticed the pattern. My husband, Isaiah, is Caleb's stepfather. We married 2 years ago, and Isaiah has been at nearly every practice since. On the Saturdays, Isaiah worked, and my mother brought Caleb instead. Caleb played the whole game, not benched once. But every time Isaiah showed up in the stands, Caleb sat. I thought it was coincidence. Then I started tracking it, writing the date and who dropped Caleb off in the notes app on my phone. 4 games with Isaiah present, benched all 4. 3 games with my mother, full playing time, every time. There was no version of attitude problems that explained that math. I showed Isaiah the log. He went very still, the way people go still when something old is surfacing. What aren't you telling me? I asked. He rubbed his hands over his face and said a name, Dutton. He knew that name. They'd grown up on the same street. Isaiah had dated Dutton's younger sister in high school, and the relationship had ended badly. Badly enough that Dutton's sister left town soon after. Badly enough that Isaiah had never once brought it up to me in 2 years of marriage. Badly how? I asked. Isaiah wouldn't meet my eyes. There were rumors about what happened between us. None of them were true, but her brother believed them. He's hated me for 15 years. I felt something cold settle in my stomach. My son was being punished on a soccer field for a grudge that started before he was born. I didn't say anything to Dutton. Instead, the next Saturday, I brought a folder to the game. My phone log printed out, dates circled, alongside 3 text messages from 2 other soccer moms who'd mentioned, in passing, that their sons never got benched like that, and that Dutton seemed to have it out for my kids specifically. I'd asked them quietly over the past 2 weeks if they'd noticed anything. They had. Nobody had put a name to it until I did. I found Dutton after the game and laid it all in front of him, calm, on the hood of my car. I told him I knew about Isaiah's sister, that I knew what this actually was, and that the league would be getting a copy of everything I had. His face didn't crumble the way I expected. He just looked at me tired and said, "You have no idea what your husband did to my family." I told him that wasn't my son's fault, and it wasn't mine either. I filed the complaint with the league's ethics board that Monday. The investigation took 2 weeks. Dutton was removed from the program before the tournament. Caleb played every minute of every game that spring. But here's what I haven't resolved, even now. Isaiah still won't tell me exactly what happened between him and Dutton's sister all those years ago, only that it wasn't what people said. I believe him mostly. I married him. But some nights I think about an 8-year-old boy sitting on a bench in the cold, paying for a story I've never fully heard, and I wonder whose sins actually got settled that spring and whose didn't.